Have you ever finished a sweater, washed it, blocked it, tried it on, and then realized, this is not the right length. I wish it were a little bit longer. We're going to talk about how to fix that in this video. Of course, if it was knit top down, you could just undo the hem, unravel the hem, knit some more length, and knit the hem again, which is totally optional. The sweater I'm going to use was actually knit that way. But I want to preserve the hem, or maybe you knit bottom up so you can't really take out the hem. What we do instead, we can cut our knitting. I know that seems a little scary, but I'm going to walk you through how this works. We're going to use some lifelines, and we're going to pick up our stitches, add a little length, and reattach our hem. And this works if you've knit top down or bottom up. It doesn't matter which way your sweater was knit. Well, as long as we knit top down or bottom up, not sideways. We can cut our knitting, add some length, and reattach our hem. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that in this video. Hey Nerdy Knitter, Tanya here. I'm a certified knitting instructor and a master hand knitter, and I'm here to help you knit sweaters that fit, and other garments as well. But we're going to focus on sweaters today and how to fix something that needs a length adjustment. So I have this sweater. This is, well, originally the Flax by Tin Can Knits. Looks nothing like it because I changed the neckline, I changed like the edging, I changed a lot. But anyway, one thing that I would still like to fix though is the length. Like, it's just a touch too short. It's not short enough to be cropped to wear over my dresses, but it's not quite long enough. I can wear it with my jeans, but I wish it were like just a couple inches, maybe just even an inch longer, and I would like it a lot more than I do. I just feel like I tug on it a little too much because I just don't like the way it sits around the waistline of my pants. Just a touch too short. If you've ever had that issue, you know exactly what I mean. Like, I love the sweater otherwise, but I want it a little bit longer. So this one was knit top down, so I could have the option of like taking out the bind off on the hem and pulling out the hem, and then, you know, putting my stitches on the needle, knitting some more length, and then re-knitting the hem again. Totally could do that, definitely, because it was knit top down. But I like the hem. I really don't want to redo it. So what I would like to do is just cut the hem off, pick up my stitches, knit some more length, and then graft the hem back on. So that's what I'm going to do. I just would prefer to do that. It might actually seem like more work, but I don't know. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind preserving the hem. And also it gives me a chance to show you exactly how to do that. And if you knit bottom up, then you can't really remove the hem, like unravel it and, you know, frog it back or whatever, because you're going in the other direction. So this is what you'd have to do if your sweater were knit bottom up and you wanted to add length. So it works both ways. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how we can add a little bit of length without having to re-knit the whole bottom of the sweater. But it does mean we've got to cut into our knitting and then use a lifeline perhaps. And then we just knit some, add some length, and then we can reattach just with a Kitchener graft. That's all it takes. So if you've got a sweater that you'd like to lengthen, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today. So if you want to cut a sweater and lengthen it there, you're going to need some supplies. You're going to need something for a lifeline if you want to add a lifeline. So I'm going to use embroidery floss and a tapestry needle, or you could use a smaller needle. I'm going to use that here too. Test a few different ways and see what works the best. You're going to need the needles you need for knitting the body of the sweater, extra yarn, some snips or scissors to cut. We're not going to cut everything, but we're going to snip a little and we're going to cut away so we can separate the hem from the body. So you also want some good lighting and lots of patience as well. So just your basic supplies, your needles, something for a lifeline if you're going to use one. It's better to get them on a smaller needle at first, so I do find that that's helpful to have. And then the yarn and needles you want to use for the sweater. So let me just do a quick explanation of what I'm going to do for this sweater. I want to preserve the hem. I don't want to take that out and redo all of that. You could absolutely do that. I just don't feel like doing that. What you want is to separate the hem from the body of the sweater. Now I could just snip and unravel, but I want to make sure I preserve this. I don't want to lose it, so I'm going to put a lifeline in above the hem so I can preserve that. I could also do another lifeline, maybe separated a row and do a lifeline for the body and then cut in between. This is pretty sticky wool. I'm not concerned with it unraveling, so I think as long as I have a lifeline for the hem, I'll be good. The body, I can just pick up the stitches, you know, and take out a row to make sure everything looks good and then proceed to knit from there. But if you really want to be cautious, you could do a lifeline on both sides. And as I'm talking about it, I'm thinking, that might be a good idea. So I might do 2 lifelines and then I can just snip the row around right in the middle, and then that would have everything on the needle and I'd be all set and ready to go. So I might do that. We'll see. But that is the first thing, is to decide where you want to place your lifelines and where you want to cut. So you've got to decide that first. Then the next thing to do once the lifelines are placed is you're going to snip one of the stitches in between, and you're going to slowly unravel it in both directions. And it's going to take a while because we've got the whole body of a sweater here, until it's all separated and we've got a hem and we've got the body of the sweater, and they're two separate pieces, totally separate. And if we've used our lifeline or our needle or something, then all of those stitches are preserved. And then we can transfer everything to a needle. We can knit the length that we want on our body, and then we can graft the hem back to the body again. So that's the whole overview of the process. So as far as where to cut, I know I want to do it somewhere here. I've got waist shaping, so I don't want to do it above here where like I can see the waist shaping ends. Somewhere here-ish, so I've got to like get in there and look. Looks like it's pretty close to the hem, so I might have to like redo some of the waist shaping here, which is not that big a deal. But so pretty close to the hem, I think that's where I'm going to actually cut. So I'm going to put my needle in just above the hem so I can preserve that, and then we'll see for the other side. But that's the first thing, and then we'll cut there. And I mean, this is what I'm going to do for my sweater. This is just a kind of an idea. Depending on what you're doing, you might cut somewhere else a little closer. Maybe you won't have that waist shaping that you've got to deal with. But I do, so I want to make sure I've got space under the shaping to make sure I can preserve the hem but not have to mess with whatever increases I had going on there. So all I'm going to do is start where I think like the side of my sweater is, right about here-ish, and then I'm going to pick up from there. So we're looking for our stitches. Stitches are V's. So there's a V. I'm going to go under this leg of the V and catch that. And then there's a V right beside it. So I'm going to go over to this V and catch that. So here's a V and here's a V. This leg, skip over the left leg. Under the right leg, skip over the leg. So we're catching the right leg of every stitch. That is our goal. So I want to be as close to the hem as possible, just above it. So there is a stitch right here. I'm going to start right here. There's like both legs of this stitch. I just want to go under the right leg and the right. And I'm just going to do this all the way around the sweater. And the one concern here is to make sure that you're staying on the same row. You don't want to accidentally go like in this direction. Now I'm at a slant. I don't want to do that. We're just going to catch the stitch. Make sure I'm staying on the same row, the right leg of every stitch. So hopefully I'm on the same row. It looks like I am, but I like to look. My needle looks straight. It doesn't look like it's off twisted or going somewhere else. I'm just going to continue picking up all the way around just above my hem. So I've put my lifeline in. So this is the lifeline to preserve my hem. Now, the only issue I have with these kind of lifelines is sometimes it's kind of easy to go on the wrong row. Like we have to go along this and catch along one row all the way around. That can be hard to do. It's very easy to slip and go into a different row or something. But for the most part, I think I have stayed on the right row. It's wool, so it shouldn't like fall apart. But now my next step is I have two choices. I could place another lifeline on the other side, like somewhere in the body, and then my cutting area would be in between. This lifeline took a long time to get in there, so I don't think I want to do it again. This is wool. I'm not concerned about it unraveling a lot. So I'm just going to snip and unravel one round and completely separate out this hem. If you're super cautious, you can put in a second lifeline for the body and then snip between the two. And if I were using superwash yarn or like a plant fiber that's slippery, I would absolutely do that. I would put a second lifeline in and then cut in between, and then I'm not going to lose my knitting. But because I've got this nice scratchy, like it is pretty scratchy wool, it's wool of the Andes, which isn't like the softest of stuff, but it is like a nice wool that holds its shape really well. So I'm not concerned about this unraveling. So I'm not going to bother with that second lifeline. But what I like to do is just one little snip. Now this is the sleeve, so I'm at a side seam pretty much like in that area. So that's where I want to start. So I'm going to go a row, actually I think 2 rows above where I have saved my needles. Because I can take that extra, I can take out 2 rows basically. So I'm 2 rows above. I'm just going to snip one stitch right there. And it's just, I'm not going to like try to unravel everything, but I am going to grab my knitting needle or a tapestry needle, and I can start pulling out this one row. I'm not yanking, I'm not pulling, I don't want everything to fall apart, but I snipped one leg of one stitch, and I'm just going to do this all the way around. That one's catching right there. Oh, let me catch, there we go, pull it out. Okay, so you can see like these stitches, they're not really going anywhere. They're just hanging out right there, and I can start unraveling on this side. So this is going to take me a while. I'm just going to take out this row. And then, I mean, as I'm doing this, I could also put these stitches on a needle. I might get another needle ready and do that too. So I don't want to lose any stitches, but I mean, there are a lot of them here, so this is going to take me a while. But I'm going to, I think, thread a second needle, and I can start putting these live stitches on a needle as well. This is a little thick. This is the needle I'm going to use to knit with, but I prefer a smaller one to like pick up the stitches. But that's all you do. You put your Lifeline, or two if you want them both, which would be the best option, but I'm just living on the edge here. You do one little snip, like cut the leg of one stitch, and then you can start unraveling. Got a good start going here. I decided against putting a needle in there right away. Those stitches they're not going anywhere. Like, they are just staying right there. But this is going to get longer and longer, this one row that I'm pulling out. So as it gets like longer and like, here, I can show you. I'm pulling it through one leg of a stitch at a time, and it starts to take a while because that thread gets longer and longer. You can just cut it off. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to trim it off. I still have a tail here, but you know, then it's short again, so I can just continue. This is a very long process because it's one leg of each stitch at a time. So I'm just going to take my time and pull this all out. And then I've got to put these stitches on a needle. That'll be the next step. So this will be totally separated, and then I'm going to pop these onto a needle so they're not going to go anywhere. But they're not moving anywhere, so I'm not too concerned about that right now. And I'm going to do it right here at my desk, so everything is nice and flat and not going anywhere. But I will start doing that as well, catching all my stitches, and then I'll have two separate pieces when I'm all finished. Well, I'm almost done coming back around. I've got this little section left to do, but I did run into an issue where I must have been obviously on the wrong row when I was doing my Lifeline, because my stitches that I'm removing are now over the cord. So I'm going to have to come in and fix that after. But yeah, this is taking a while. But yeah, this is what happens when you do an afterthought Lifeline. It can be difficult to keep it on the straight line that you need to go across. And it's very common to go up a line or down a row or up a row or whatever. And I obviously did that right here because I'm unraveling right along my cord now at this point. So I'll just have to fix that later. Not too concerned. After all of this though, this is taking a long time, and I'm thinking, oh, grafting this is going to take forever. So I'm actually contemplating maybe after I take this out, I might just pick up my stitches and just knit the whole thing again, and the hem included. I'm going to save it just in case I change my mind about that, but because it's a lot of stitches and the grafting would take a long time. So I guess this might be what I'm going to do instead. Instead of grafting, I will re-knit everything. But I'm not going to make that decision just yet. I'll just keep picking this out and get my stitches back on the needles after I finish this. This has been a good 20 minutes of just picking all of these stitches, this one row of knitting. But you can see, like, my stitches are not going anywhere. They're just hanging out right there. They're not unraveling or anything. So it's just kind of a tedious process, but I put a lot of work into knitting this sweater, and I want to wear it more than I have. I haven't worn it very much because the length is just a tad too short. So it's worth the effort to come and make this adjustment just so I have a new sweater in my wardrobe that I will get more wear out of. So yeah, all of these stitches are right on that cord now, so this is a little annoying. There we go. Now we have separated the two, and I I accidentally showed you why an afterthought Lifeline isn't the greatest thing, because I obviously missed part of the row. On this section, I accidentally picked up the row that I was picking right out. My ribbing is still there. I can save it if I want. I'm second guessing that now because that's going to be a lot to graft later on. But now that part is off. And now I just have the body of the sweater. So I'm just going to use my needle. Actually, I've got a smaller needle. I'm going to start by picking up with a smaller needle, and then I can transfer to the needle I want to knit with. So all I do is we're looking for, that's where I started. I've got my tail of yarn here. So I'm just going to start right there, and I'm going to go into the back of each loop. Just like that. I want the right leg sitting in the front because I knit with the standard Western stitch amount with the right leg in the front. So I'm just going to go around, pick up all of the stitches. So that's it. We took the hem off. I have it preserved and mostly on a needle. So I can like come back, put this all on a needle. When I'm done, I can graft them back together. But like I said, that's a lot of grafting. So I'm second guessing that at this point. I might just like knit the body and knit the whole hem. I've got like 3 skeins of yarn here. I've got plenty of yarn to reknit the hem. So that might be what I end up doing with this one. But my other option is just to knit more body length, save my hem, and graft it back on. But I will decide that after. But for now, that's the process of adding length. We decide where we want to cut, and we cut, and then we pick up our stitches, and we just start knitting more length. So you don't need to watch me pick up stitches and knit. That part's pretty boring. But I'm just going to put all of these stitches on a needle, grab my yarn, and just start knitting the body of my sweater and add a couple more inches. And that'll be it for this, and then I will make a decision about what I want to do with that hem, whether I'm going to graft it back on or whether I want to just knit the hem all over again. But I will decide that after I get some of the body knit. Okay, just a quick update. I have added a bit of length. You can really tell right from that line right there. That's the blocked sweater, and here's what I've added. It's about 2 inches, which is what I want. I didn't want a lot of ton extra. I just wanted to lengthen it just enough, just a bit. But now I'm at that decision point. I have to decide. I think I'm just going to keep knitting and just knit the new ribbing, because it's a lot of stitches I would have to graft. Now that I'm sitting here and looking at it, I could definitely, the ribbing is all there. I just have to get all of it back on the needle, but it's here, so I could, oh, that's the wrong side. I could just graft it back on using Kitchener graft. So, my intention was to do that, but now that I'm working it, I still have plenty of yarn. I've got a couple more skeins here even, so I could knit. I might even make the rib a little bit longer. It is a little short. So I think that's my decision, is instead of grafting it like I originally intended to, which I still could. I could put this all on the needles the way it should be, and then you would just, if you've ever grafted the toe of a sock, you would just graft it together, adding a new row of knitting. But I figure by the time I get this all sorted out and on a needle and do the grafting, which would take a long time with so many stitches, it would probably be just as time effective to just re-knit the whole thing and make it a little longer like I would like it to be. So the end, instead of, this was supposed to be a cut and a graft and lengthen video, now it's just going to be we cut it off and now we're just adding more length. But both options do work in the end. You can just make a decision whenever you're working on a sweater about what you'd like to do for that particular sweater, and sometimes plans change like mine did with this. So I am going to just continue knitting this until I've redone this ribbing and bind it off. I'll give it a quick steam and then try it on again to see how it looks, and I will post a video here at the end. The truth is, it can feel kind of scary and dramatic to cut your knitting like that. But once you've done it a time or two, and especially if it's a nice wool that doesn't want to fall apart, I wouldn't really do this probably as easily with a plant fiber or superwash yarn. Those are a little slippery, so you want to be a little more careful with those. But when it comes to a nice sticky wool, it's not such a problem. So that's a good place to start, first of all. If you're new to this, start with a sticky wool. And I wouldn't do it with a plant fiber out of the gate. But once you've got a handle on things, you could apply this to any project. But use your lifelines and make sure you don't lose any stitches, but the process would be exactly the same. But I would love to know if this is something that you've ever done to a sweater, if you've cut it and added length, maybe the sleeves, maybe the body. Love to hear about how that experience went for you. And if you're looking for other ways to customize a sweater, I'll put a playlist right here, and I will see you in the next video.